For the listener's discretion, this podcast contains strong language and adult themes that may not be suitable for children. These are not the views of the radio station or its affiliates.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. Until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you.
Hey guys, it's your girl Moni right here. I know this isn't Chris, is it? This is Gutier. This is Gutier.
Yes.
We are at a night of Misfit Films Film Festival.
Exactly.
Welcome. I
Thank
guess
you.
welcome to me because this is your film festival.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You came all the way from France.
Exactly. Yeah.
Welcome. Also, welcome back and forth.
Thank you.
So now you have an impressive resume.
Oh, okay.
Look, I checked it out. You have a very impressive resume, and I am thoroughly impressed. I've been in the film industry for a little bit, just a little while, and I am so impressed.
Okay.
Now, with the film festival here, what made you decide to get with what made you get with Danita and say, let's do this film festival? What made
Yeah.
you decide to do that?
Well, I believe that everywhere there's something, there are different stories. And I think like watching movies is about watching stories, and the stories are the same actually, but said in different languages and in different, like, even technical languages. But I feel that, so I met Danita in 2016, and something happened, like an energy,
That synergy thing happened.
Exactly.
Right.
And we're like, we have to create something together and something different from the other film festivals. So we created a night of Misfit films, and it's a blast for me. I think it's so motivating to be here each year, to come here year after another, and to participate into this film festival, because the movies that we play here are so different and are so impressive. I think the only place where we can watch these movies are at Night of Misfit Films. This is why I keep coming, and I love the energy, I love the people, I love, and now I have some friends in here, seeing these people like year after another, so it feels like home for me.
Home away from home, right?
Exactly.
Right? You appreciate it. Now, so now I know that you do all of this in, is it in Lebanon?
Exactly.
So now what's the difference in when you do the film festival there and when you do it here?
Okay, so in Lebanon, it's more we're focused on like liberty of speech, talking all the time about like humans rights, women's rights, minorities rights. So this is more what we talk about.
Okay.
And it's, guess what, it became the biggest film festival in the country.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of it. And then here it's more about like the Misfits, the different movies, the independent movies. So this is what I like about it. And we have a third film festival in Paris as well, which is the Fantasy Film Festival, which started last year.
Okay.
And it's more, it's different. Like we have 3 different film festivals in 3 different continents, and it's just, I think we enjoy meeting filmmakers, artists all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you have a film in this film festival.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to let you get away without talking about that. Don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
So now tell us a little bit about the film that you have in this film festival. It's not horror, because today is horror and sci-fi. But tell us about your film.
Yeah. So this film is called Love Me Tinder.
Yes. Okay. All right.
It's a modern love story. It's not a love story. It's a woman searching for love.
Okay.
And believing in what the society is telling her and her friends and her family, and a love story, 2022 love story, I would say, that has to go through the applications, because this is our generation.
Right.
And then so it's drama, it's out of competition, so I'm not competing with anyone.
Never.
Exactly. So and all the actors and actresses are going to be here tomorrow. Why? Because it was shot in Phoenix last year.
Okay.
Exactly.
You came to second home to bring it.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah. And that was a challenge for me, because that was the first time that I worked with 100% American crew and cast. So that was so enriching even for me.
Now, what were some of the challenges that you faced with that?
I'm going to be honest. First of all, sometimes we don't have, like, even though we all work in the like entertaining field,
yes,
but sometimes from country to another, we have like different, I would say, like answers, responses, and even like reflexes, or and that was something that I had to get used to before the shooting. So this is why we had like 2-3 days of casting, and then we went and went through the script with the actors, and I had to get used to the spirit, to the film,
the cultural differences, yeah.
Exactly. But everyone was so welcoming, everyone was so motivated and happy to do this project, and we were having fun.
That's really good. So now, will you do another film here?
Of course.
Will you hire me? No.
March 2023.
You're doing another one in March?
Yeah, but another genre.
What genre?
I think this time I want to go for like a vintage thriller, so like a vampire story.
Very nice. That's still sexy.
Yeah, I know.
Vampires are very sexy.
Thank you. Hired.
That was the right answer, guys. If ever they talk about vampires to you, they are sexy. If you don't know that, you're not getting hired. So, what else would you like for the people to know before you leave us? Because I know that he's running the show, so he can't stay that long.
Yeah.
What else would you like for the people to know? Whether it's about your films, whether about film industry, whether it's about the international market of film, or just the film festival, what would you like to leave the people with?
Yeah. I want to ask everyone who's watching us, listening to us today, to come out to go to film festivals, because our industry, yes, we're filmmakers and artists, but we have to meet. This is the most important thing. Is I can be a filmmaker or scriptwriter at home. This doesn't make any sense. So we have to meet. We have to meet each other. Maybe we'll just say hi, and each one of us will go and we'll never talk again. But sometimes these networking and meeting new people from different countries, different states, different origins is so enriching. And sometimes look what happened with Danita. Now it's been like 6-7 years we've worked together in different countries. So this is just amazing. And this is what I want to say to everyone. Go to film festivals, network, meet new people. Yes, we work in one city, but we work in the film industry, entertaining industry. It's just no limits and no boundaries for it.
Very true. Now, look, that was not a golden nugget. That was a platinum nugget.
Yeah, thank you.
That was platinum.
Thank
you so much, Gutiérrez.
Thank you for being here today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for the film festival. Thank you for 7 years. Congratulations.
Yes. See you
All right.
soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look, guys, he's leaving, but someone else is coming in. They got him lined up in there. So while we're waiting on our next person to come in, let's talk more about the festival. And again, let me say this: thank you for WUBI Ubiquity Radio and your listeners that are out there, and for all our other platforms that we're on right now live. And then if you're watching the replay, because we know that you go back and you watch those replays, and we appreciate that. We appreciate all of our listeners and our watchers that are out there. So hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Definitely come on and share this, because we want people to know about it. We're just going to have them sitting down and coming on and getting with us. Let me pull that down some, because we don't want to block her beautiful face. Hold on, I'm going to put the mic down, and I'm going to make this more comfortable for her so that you don't just see Mike and you can see her face. Hold on one second here. How are you? There we go. That's a little better. Come on up close, because that's a dynamic mic. Let me go over here and see that she put your information in here for me. All right, guys. Okay, got her all adjusted in here. What's your name?
Shanna.
Shanna.
Riker.
Well, Shanna, welcome.
Thank you.
A night of Misfit films. How about that?
It's exciting.
Is this your first film festival? Or for this one? Have you been to this film festival before?
I've never been to this film festival
Uh-oh.
before. It's my first time.
Uh-oh. Did you go by and see the food and all the award?
Yes. Everything looks amazing. I saw the candy bar.
Creative?
Yes.
Like nothing you've seen before,
Oh,
correct?
I'm very excited.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was welcomed. I felt so welcome when I walked in the door.
Come on closer to that mic right there. Yeah, get comfortable with us. I tell people, after you've been on our show, I'm your favorite first cousin.
Perfect.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly.
All right.
We're going to have fun.
We always need new first cousins.
Like your favorite first cousin.
Yeah.
Not just any first cousin, your favorite first cousin.
Okay.
That's the one we want to be.
I guess I'll see you at Christmas.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Sometimes not. You know, we see after outside or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
So now tell me, are you a director, are you actor, writer?
I'm a writer, director, producer.
Okay. And do you have a film in the film festival?
I have a script in
Okay.
the We Script competition.
Okay.
It's here as well. It's called Blood Splattered Pearls.
Oh, we love blood. Blood
Think I'm in the
splatter
right place.
pearls.
Yes.
So now tell us a little bit about it, because we don't want to spoil everything by all means.
Okay.
But tell us a little bit about it, about maybe the process and everything, because now personally I'll say I've never heard of that division within a film festival, and I'm very interested in that, and I'm very
It's new
titillated,
for me too.
right? So I'm a little titillated by that.
Yeah, so Blood Splattered Pearls eventually, well, currently I'm adapting it into a feature, but right now it's a short.
Mhm.
And I knew that I wanted to adapt it into a feature, so I just thought it was time to start getting momentum, and so I started searching out screenplay competitions and film festivals that have a screenplay competition. But it's kind of a psychological thriller.
Okay.
There's this Darla. She's 25. She's transplanted to New York from Texas, and she has an altercation with her very wealthy boyfriend, and she thinks she's killed him. He's abusive, and she flees to her grandmother's house in rural Texas. And basically, when she's there, she realizes that her grandmother and her grandmother's friends are all widows for a reason. And they all have a few skeletons buried in the garden.
Oh, it runs in the family.
It runs in the family. But you know what? They had it coming. They all had it coming.
Is this a personal story?
It's not, actually. But you know what? I did. I grew up in Memphis, and I grew up around a lot of women who gardened in the city backyards.
Oh my gosh.
So I just felt like I wanted to write something about these women that I grew up with. Like, we had this neighbor, Bobby Shira.
Are we telling real names?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is this person still alive?
It's not about her at all. That's just her real name.
That's a way to pull out of it a little bit.
Tomatoes and and stuff.
I feel like we're going to court after this.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. Or she's in the garden.
No. But now that I'm turning it into a feature, when it's ready, I'm going to shoot it, and I have a
Okay.
producing partner, and we're going to produce it together. But I've been really inspired by these old vintage ads that are like extremely sexist. And so a lot of filmmakers sort of incorporate fine art into their shots, right? So
Okay.
I want to take these ads. So, for example, there's a woman on the floor looking up at the camera, cleaning a hardwood floor surrounded by cleaning products.
Yes.
But I want to take the same shot, except she's cleaning her husband's blood off the floor in a
Yes.
flashback, right? And so I found
Probably smiling.
maybe later he deserved it. They all deserved it. But
These are films I will watch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited about sort of this muse that I have, and yeah. So it's just really excited to be here.
So now, how did you find the film festival?
Sure. So when I started circulating this script, just to sort of build momentum and sort of, you want people talking about it before you start
Absolutely.
fundraising for a massive feature film. Because short films are one budget, but feature films are very different budgets.
Absolutely.
And so I'm on Film Freeway all the time, and I just started looking for film festivals that specifically had a script division. And the first one that this script was in Waco, Texas. It was the Deep in the Heart Film Festival.
Mm.
And I got an email from Film Freeway. I'd never even heard of it. But their competition, the first prize is you get a $2,500 grant to shoot your short in Texas. And I won second, but it's okay. I wasn't ready to shoot mine. And so I was like, oh, these things exist. Like, you can get...
That was your prize right there.
Yeah.
The awareness.
It was.
Mhm.
And I didn't sort of really realize the value of screenplay competitions until I started doing the research and like finding that they're everywhere. And like pretty much every film festival has a division for scripts. And some of them do live readings, and some of them, like it's an opportunity to meet people and get them excited before you go into production, which is very valuable.
That is a nut. Look, guys, again, that was another platinum nugget. That was another platinum nugget right there for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll say thank you for the ones who can't say it
Thank
themselves to you. Yeah.
I mean, it is. Now that I've started circulating it and just sort of finding these competitions, like there's a lot of value in getting a buzz about your script in any way that you can before you start raising money and before you start your Seed and Spark or your Indiegogo or reaching out to podiatrists that you don't know. However you find your money.
So now let me ask you this with your script. So now that you have it copywritten and all those different types of technical things to protect yourself before you start entering them.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I registered this one with the Writers Guild, and then I mailed it to myself in an envelope that I didn't open. So for now, I think that that's okay.
Okay.
I do plan to copyright it. I just sort of entering it into festivals sort of just happened quickly.
Okay.
And so I had already registered with the Writers Guild, but I was like, well, we're doing this, and now we're doing it. So I do plan to do that. I just haven't done it yet. Highly recommend doing it, though, I think.
Right. But in the meantime, that's the alternative to what you should do.
Yeah.
You would advise people to do that then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The poor man's copyright. I don't know if it holds up in court. I've never needed to find out. But they say if you just mail it, because it's dated. Right. So you have a sealed envelope that's dated that you can open.
Go into court and say, hey.
And the Writers Guild, I feel like registering with the Writers Guild is like $25. I feel like it's not much more than that. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
But
I think my husband's done it before. Yeah.
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 So protect yourself, obviously, because when you read the rules of things, they're like, we get so many things that are so similar. We're very sorry, but you can't hold us accountable. Well, somebody has to be accountable.
At some point, right.
It's got to be you.
Right. And that's what they're going to say to you. Oh, well, sorry.
Oh, well.
So now, are you excited? Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I've spent a little time in Phoenix, but not like a ton of time. And I got in today from New York, and
oh, you're not from here?
No, yeah, I live in Brooklyn.
Holy crap. There we go. There we go. I love it. Because I know we're talking international, but I love hearing people from other states that are coming in.
Yeah, I was so excited when Gautier sent me the email that my script had been selected, and I was like, Phoenix, the weekend after Thanksgiving. Yeah, why not? I can do that.
It's a lot warmer here, right?
Yes.
You all just had a big storm, so yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Well, they did up in like Albany and Buffalo.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm in the city, so we've kind of had a weird. It's 70. It's 40.
Yeah.
It's 70. It's 40, and it can't really make up its mind what it wants to do. But yeah, I mean, I walked in the door and I just felt like I was a family, you know,
Well.
and it's so cute back there. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes.
But it's just.
I've been to plenty
I love it
of
already.
hers, and it's just always something to see
Yeah.
and something to remember. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the people before you leave, that whether it's about your script, your experience, or anything you have coming up that you'd like for them to support?
Yeah, sure.
Go for
I'll
it.
plug myself. So last year I formed a production company with a friend of mine who was in my very first film that no one will ever see. But I did it.
Okay.
And her name is Melissa Bronsky, and our production company is Honey and Hemlock Productions.
Say that again. That bus was going past.
Bus. Honey and Hemlock Productions is our company, and we have 2 short films that we produced and directed, and now we've just started submitting them to film festivals.
Nice.
So obviously it's going to be months before we hear anything. One is called Solitarity, and it's a surrealist exploration of if depression were to manifest in your living room as a human-like entity, and you're just forced to deal with it right then, face to face.
That's deep.
It turned into something much deeper than I expected in the beginning. And then the second film is called Spaceman, and it follows Bobby on his first date after escaping an abusive marriage in which he was the victim of domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, comedies.
Okay.
No, they're not comedies. But it's just sort of an interesting, you know, we're 2 female filmmakers.
Okay.
And we're gifted these male-dominated stories, and both of these writers were like, tell our story. And we were like, yeah.
I love it.
Because you guys have been doing that forever.
Did you see that little attitude she had when she said that? I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
on the show and going down on the mic with us. We're favorite first cousins now.
First cousins.
And go and enjoy the film festival.
Ambitious at Secret Santa.
Are you?
Yeah.
We're going to talk later.
Okay.
We're gonna
Where
talk.
can I see this?
Everywhere.
Great.
It is on all platforms, and it's also on their YouTube channel too. It's on
Awesome.
ours. I'm going to give you a card,
Perfect.
and I'll be here afterwards,
Okay.
and then I'll make sure that you know exactly where it is.
Perfect.
And it's also live on the radio right now in
Great.
over 150 countries.
Well, hello everyone in 150 countries, and thank you for listening.
Absolutely. So they're listening to it in other languages right now. Can't tell you all the languages, but in other languages.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's cool.
So yeah, you're being seen quite a few places right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Absolutely. You can send whoever is next on in here.
I will.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Go get
you.
you some good
Love
snacks.
those earrings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. This is awesome.
You guys, look, again, we'll have someone else coming on in. I did not know. Look, I've been to a lot of film festivals, guys, and I did not know that they had the script writers portion of it. I guess because I'm always on the production side, I did not know that.
How's it going?
Just fine. And you? What's your name?
Oh, Grant Nelson.
How are you, Grant?
Doing really good.
Let me go back over here and see if she put you in the system.
Sure. Oh, it's nice and warm out here.
We have a heater down here,
Yeah, I can
Grant.
feel it. That's great.
This is just the hot spot,
I like it. I love
the sweet spot. I like it too.
living in Arizona.
Are you from Arizona?
I am. Born and raised.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
All right, Grant, let's see what we see. You are a writer, director, and an actor.
Yep. Sadly. I mean, if you see the movie, it's
Did you
like,
say sadly?
I made sure to make a movie that doesn't have dialogue. So even I can do it. Just walking around looking at stuff.
Okay.
I look dramatic though.
So he's a comedian too.
Yeah, apparently.
So that's a good thing. So now you have a film in the film festival.
Static.
Okay. Static. It's not horror.
It is horror.
It is horror.
Yeah. It's more horrific if you have commitment issues. It's even more scarier. So,
Shoot.
yep.
Okay. Well, guys, I know that's you.
Yeah, exactly. All my boys out
It's
there.
quite subjective.
Yeah.
It's quite subjective.
Yeah.
So now, is this your first film festival?
Yes.
Really?
Kind of. I have so it's the first film festival that I've actually like gotten into. So I have a friend that he owns a film festival, but that's cheating. So this is the first like legit film festival
That you
I've
had to
gotten Yeah, that I had to
qualify
qualify in.
They know
I'd
they
have
didn't
to just be
know
a friend of
you.
somebody,
Okay,
so
I
yeah.
got you. I got you.
Yeah.
So this one feels super legit.
It really
to you.
does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no problem. So now, how was the process for you getting selected and all of that?
Yeah, just submitting on Film Freeway. Yeah, just finalizing the film, making it as best as possible. But yeah, just submitting it on Film Freeway.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your film without giving everything away.
Okay, yeah. It's just a short film documenting because it's a sequel to another film I made. So as I mentioned, I have a lot of commitment issues. So it's kind of just
you
like
have the
I have a
commitment.
lot of commitment issues. If you know anything about me, so it's just like an artistic way to visualize my views on commitment and relationships. So like I said, it's very scary.
And that's why I was getting circling back. You said to you, you guys, you have to pay attention to the words.
Yeah.
And he throws these little words in there also. He said to me.
Yep.
So now, what time does your film? I want to see it now.
Yeah, and it's only like 4.5 minutes. So
what time does yours play?
I don't know. They haven't told me. I think it's like around 7:15, 7:30.
I feel like I really, really, really need to see your film.
If you're not tired of my face by now, you'll see it later.
I'll close my eyes.
No, good.
So, this is your second film, or
my second short film. So I have another feature-length film, Day of the Dead. It's on Amazon, and then I have a film that I'm working on right now that I'm like real close to finishing. So
is that a feature also?
Feature too. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So now, what got you into film?
I just always loved film, and then I interned for a film festival. My friend that got my
right,
and I interned with him, and I was like, man, I really want to make movies, but I don't know. I don't want to move to California. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And he was an independent filmmaker. He's like, just get a camera and do it yourself. That's what I did. I was like, I wrote a script for a film that I knew because I didn't know how to get actors. I didn't know how to make a movie.
Right.
Go U of A. And so I just wrote a script that was like, I can do this. Even I can do this. And so I just made a really short film that was super simple. And that was Stasis, my first short film. And then followed it up with Static, the movie that's going to play tonight.
So you were satisfied. So you're totally self-taught?
UVA did some things for me, but mostly
hold on now.
self-taught.
UVA did some things.
Yeah.
So what did you get your degree in?
In film studies.
Oh my
gosh. I took one class on editing.
Oh my gosh. You said they did some things.
Yeah.
Did you go to class?
Get your stuff together, UVA.
Did you go to class?
Yeah, I was a good student. They just didn't give me any classes to take that were any good. Yeah.
He wants his money back.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. Well, U of A, thank you slightly.
Lovely campus, good basketball team. That's about it.
But you went for film.
I went for film. I should have been on the basketball team, man.
I understand. I understand. So now, with this film festival, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited. This place is beautiful too.
They do I've known Jean for a very long time, and she does an amazing job.
Yeah, it's really
Have you seen those awards?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, you haven't seen any of the awards?
Well, I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm going to get anything.
Well, whether you get them or not, those awards.
It's nice to look at them. Where would I find them?
Well, you can look online.
Oh,
you're
going to take me over to see them?
I'm not going to. I'm going to show you some while we're sitting here, though. I actually will. And you're going to be like, what?
I'm excited. Are they better than my Pop Warner football trophies?
Yes.
Yeah, you're correct. They all fell apart.
These will not fall apart. They will make you
and I feel bad. They have like really good food out there, and I ate so much food for. Oh, is that one of them? Okay, I did see that.
You didn't know that's
an award? I had no. Oh, I saw those, and I didn't know what they were. I didn't assume they were trophies.
Yes, yeah. Great. She always has them. Look at his face.
I should have made a better film. That's too bad.
Next year.
Yeah. I'm coming back to that.
Goals.
Yeah.
Now he has a goal.
Mm-hmm.
That will make you.
That was really cool. I saw it out there.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it's too cool to think it's an award.
She has always the coolest looking food and snacks
I know they
and
look
the
so good.
coolest awards. Like
I'm
so creative.
It's
Are
sad.
you?
I chicken and waffles before here, and I meant to like save some for leftovers for later, and I could not stop. So
It's okay.
yeah.
So now, outside of, I hate to say, not going to U of A for film, but outside of that, what type of advice would you give to a young aspiring filmmaker who says, I want to do this, but I don't know what to do?
Do what I did is like just get out there and do it. That was great advice from my my friend David Pike. Yeah, just
But did
grab a
you go to
camera.
school then? Or
Yeah,
had you
so
been
I was going to school and then I interned with him for
Okay.
a film festival. So that was great. Internship, man, that's where it's at. If you throw away anything you get from college, like the internship is super important. So so I don't regret going to the U of A at all. Like U of A was great. But the internship, that's where it's at. So yeah, get involved with film festivals, honestly. If you want to network and learn and meet people, yeah.
I think you guys have been hearing that quite
Oh,
often.
good.
through
Okay.
this.
Yeah, I met some people right now and they were great. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely the end of
It
things to
is.
do.
I'm not good at networking, but this film festival and everybody that's running it is like kind of forcing me to talk to everybody. So it's like it's really good.
That is the culture of Danita.
Mm-hmm.
It really
She's
is.
super nice.
She will take
Yeah.
your hand and
Yeah,
take you
she was telling me
someplace.
because I was hiding in a corner with my friend right now. And she's like, "No, you
Get
gotta
over
go out
here."
and you gotta talk to people."
Yes.
Yeah,
She
good.
will. She'll take your hand and say, "Here, this is this person,
Yep.
and you need to meet them."
Yeah, I was like, "Okay."
And you're like,
where
"Yeah,
am I going?
exactly.
You know,
Okay."
let's go.
Put you on the spot. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming
Oh, that
through
was
and going
fun.
down on the mic. Let me
Thank
make
you.
sure you give you your card.
Oh, beautiful.
There you
Thank
go. And you are live everywhere on all these networks. You're also live on the radio in over 150 countries.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they're listening to you in all types
Oh,
of
that's
languages
awesome.
and everything. You're also on their YouTube channel too, as well as ours. So
Excellent.
you're all over the place.
Nice. I like it.
So if you're wanted by anybody, they'll be looking for you probably in about an hour. You want to
Good.
get out of here.
Good.
Just
I
letting
like
you
it.
know.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Oh,
welcome.
pleasure. There we go. We got it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. If there's someone else in there, send them on out.
I'm gonna go kick him out. I'll get him.
Get them for me. Thank you.
Hey, that was so much fun. Thank you.
Uh-huh. There we are with another fantastic person. Hey Shay, how you doing? I don't know why nobody's name is coming up. Everybody's Facebook user, Facebook user. But I tell you what, I appreciate you being here. How about that? I do appreciate that. We are out here outside tonight here at the A Night of Misfit Films Film Festival, and tickets are still available for each night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And tonight is horror and sci-fi. You know, that's my stuff. So I cannot wait to get out here and see what is popping. I want to get some of that delicious food. Absolutely delicious food that they have out there, and they have drinks and everything like that. And maybe I'll get to see some films, maybe not, I don't know, and get to do a little bit of networking, because as everybody's been saying, that's what the film festivals are for, darling. You get to network. If you are in film, any facet of film, even if you're like what is it? If you're a set dresser, if you're wardrobe, hair, makeup, any of those things, sound, you want to be at the film festivals, because that's where the people that make the films are. That's where they look for their crew. That's where it happens. So you want to be in those areas. So definitely find you a good film festival. There are film festivals all over. There are large ones, huge ones, small ones, and they're all going on. They even have ones online now. If you look on Facebook, you look on Meetup, you look all over, they have film festivals going on. Here in Arizona, gosh, the one Jerome you can get into, that one is a nice one. That one is a nice one, just because, and Jerome is, of course, the nice little haunted town there for you to go to. So that's always nice. You can twist it some so it leans forward so it won't fall back. She's getting the light together there for me in the background. As you see, I'm lit up now because it's dark out, and it'll also bring the mosquitoes. That'll be nice. Do we have somebody else waiting to come up?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to tell them to come on through?
Come on over.
I didn't know you were waiting. You come on through. Have a seat. How are you? Just fine. What's your name?
Donovan Smith.
Donovan, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for joining us. You're a little shy?
No.
Okay. All right. This is a dynamic Mac. You're going to have to be right there on it, talking
Gotcha.
a little loud. Let me go back over here and get your name up so it's right here on the screen. There we are. Director, producer. Let's see. Short film. So you have a film here tonight.
Yes, I do.
All right. And first, welcome again.
Thank you.
And welcome to the film festival and welcome to coming on the show and going down to the night. We appreciate you being over here with us.
Thank you.
So is this your first time at a night of Misfit Films Film Festival?
No, it's my first time as a filmmaker, but not my first time here. So
Okay.
yeah, I've been to one before. So I went to the one last year. So.
Okay. So you were just here as coming.
Yeah.
And then you enjoyed it. You said, let me get my film in there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. So what was the process like for you to get your film entered into the film festival this year?
Well, I mean, it's a lot of work. My short film it was basically me and my brother and a friend of ours. So it was only 3 of us making it. So it took a lot to make it. So it took about 1.5 years to get it all done and everything. But the process of, I just submitted it through Film Freeway and, Danita picked it. And so, but it's my first one. So I'm a little nervous to see what people are going to think about it. So
are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
A little labor of love into it.
Definitely.
All right. Look,
I put a lot of time and effort into it. So
I get it. We're sensitive about our stuff as creators.
Definitely.
Absolutely. How much blood is in it?
Actually, surprisingly, none. At least none that you can see. It's in black and white. So
Okay.
there's a couple little things, but it's nothing you can really tell because it's black and white. So.
Well, I'm a special effects makeup artist, so that's why I'm like, I always want to know how much blood is there. I'm sorry. How much blood is in there? So now tell us a little bit about your film without giving too much away. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's about a gunslinger who lost his family. They were killed by this creature. And so basically he found this grimoire, a book of ancient, magic and spells and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped him track down the creature. And so that's basically what he's hunting, the creature that killed his family. So
now I like that because that's not your typical horror.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that because it's reaching out there. So now where did your mind go to kind of get you to say, you know what, I'm not going to go with the everyday type film here?
Really, it was budget constraints. I had to think of something to do, that I didn't cost a lot of money, didn't take a lot of time, didn't have to have a lot of people involved because we shot this beginning of 2021. So,
Mm-hmm.
It's still
COVID,
everything was huge COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had to find a place we could do it with not anybody around and, but yeah, so, I mean, it's really, it was a really fun process. I enjoyed it and, it did all the stuff ourselves. So we learned to edit and
Nice.
do everything. Yeah. The only thing we didn't do for the film was the music. We had that professionally outsourced.
Okay.
So.
Well, COVID has cut a lot of crews down in size, that now that's almost like what they do. And they found that it works even better, without having 1 million people on set.
Yeah.
So you're right on cue with it anyway, without having to deal with all those people and pay out all that money. So now I haven't seen the film, of course, but now you mentioned creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So now are there actually creatures in the film?
Yes, there is.
Okay. And budget wise, that was not expensive. I don't know what you used or anything because I can't speak from that part.
I don't really want to give away how
I know, right?
No, I mean it was fairly cheap. So
okay.
It didn't take a lot to put it together.
Okay.
But we're working. Actually, we're going to do a couple more, 2 more sequels to this. This is volume 1.
Nice.
So being that's the case, we're already working on doing some sculpting and molding and casting. So we're gonna try to make some of our own monster suits and stuff and make it a little bit more interesting for the next one. So.
Well, wow. So now this is your first film out the gate.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're already working on sequel.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
And sculpting your own suits.
Yeah.
Guys, are we clear on this? That's amazing. And I say kudos to it because the more you can do in-house, of course, the more you can save and more control, creative control that you can have. And I know as writers, that's so important because you write a script and then you sit there and sometimes you watch it kind of go obscure.
Yeah.
And I've been in the business for a minute and that's kind of hard. So kudos on that.
Well,
That's
thank you.
excellent that you would take the time. Now, are you someone who has always been able to sculpt or whatever? Or is this something, a skill
No,
you're learning?
yeah, this is something I'm just barely learning. But I mean, I just learned to edit the entire movie. So learn that in 3 months, just a few months ago, to make sure it got into here to play tonight. So
Wow. Through necessity, did
yeah,
you?
basically, yeah.
Very
And like
good.
you said, I want to have the creative control of my own stuff. So I
Yeah.
don't want anybody to mess with what I wrote or what I did or what I make. So I like doing it all myself and learning it all myself. So it takes a lot to do it all and learn it all yourself.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, in the end, it's very worth it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I'm not depending on anybody else to do anything except for the music. I can't do the music, so of course I had that professionally done. But
Well, if that's just that one thing, then you can relax a little bit. Yeah. So now, will you continue to use that same type of philosophy with the sequels?
oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna go much bigger and badder for the sequels. So
Okay.
yeah, there's not a lot that happens in this first one. It's more of a build up to the next two that are coming. So
All right. And how excited are you? I know you're nervous, but how excited are you?
I'm excited. I just hope people like it. It's one of those. It's a labor, like you said, labor of love. So we put a lot of heart and passion into it, and did what we could with the little bit of budget we had, and the available amount of people that we had and stuff. So we did what we could. So
now it's your first time directing, correct?
yes.
Is it your first time writing a script?
No, I actually wrote a script before and we were going to shoot it, but then a lot of stuff happened, and so we didn't get to that film. So I moved on to the next one, which happens to be this one.
Okay.
I turned into the one that's the first film. So.
Okay. And so now, were you doing other types of writing before script writing came on? Like, where does your writing experience come from?
Well, I write for pophorror.com and I write for blazingminds.co.uk.
Nice.
Two pretty big, leaders in entertainment news,
right?
And, especially in horror news for Pop Horror. And I'm actually a published author as well. I have a couple books out. I just dropped 2 new ones in October. So
congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm working on a lot of stuff. I got all kinds of writing and filming and all kinds of stuff going on.
Well, I saw that on your page. I wanted you to tell the people. I saw that on your page. Yes, definitely you have quite a few things going on that you're definitely not new to the writing thing at all.
Yeah, no, and actually, as a matter of fact, one of the books that we put out in October is a charity anthology book, and Danita, who is runs this this whole shindig here, she was one of my guests that in it to have a story in it. So she's been publishing a couple of the charity books I put out too,
very nice. I like the way it kind of rounds around there. Yeah, that's excellent.
Everybody
and I love
scratches everybody's backs.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. I love that. What advice could you give someone who was in your position that COVID or whatever it was, something major comes up and blocks what your dream is or what you want to do, and they want to make a film or be a director, be a writer? What would you tell them to do to kind of keep moving forward?
Well, I mean, the best thing really is, it's kind of cliche. Everybody always says the same thing, but they always say, just go out there and do it. It's basically what pushed me to it. I saw some other films and stuff that I was like, hey, I can do just as good, or if not better. Than, at least I thought so. So I go, hey, let's give it a shot and see what we can do. The only thing I suggest is work with your budget. So if you have a place you can use things that are fairly cheap and a minimal script and things like that you can get started on first off, and then hopefully things catch on later and people want to work with you and do certain things.
Yes. And the worst can happen is that you learn and the next one is going to be even better.
And the skills you learn for this will come in handy for other things, and you can help other people out in certain areas too. So
there it is. That's what it's all about, edification. But thank you so much for sitting down with us. I appreciate that, and I can't wait to see your film.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
Thank you. I hope so.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you one of our cards.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And if there's someone else waiting, go ahead and send them on in here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, again, another amazing director, producer, writer for a short film is here. And hi, how are you?
I'm doing well.
What's your name?
Veronica Narang.
I think I've met you before.
Yeah, I've seen you at different festivals.
Yes. Let me get your name up here. Here we go. Oh, do we? Okay.
Just giving you a
All right, Veronica, let's see. Oh, you star in Who Knocks? And I Love You. I Got You. Assistant director of, what is that? Liminal Space. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming and joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Absolutely. So now, when is that premiering? Is that today or is that tomorrow?
So my film Who Knocks is tonight, and I believe Liminal Spaces as well. And then tomorrow night is I Love You and I Got You.
Wow, she is all over the place here. Look at that. She's almost every night. So how now, with you being in multiple films with multiple genres,
Yeah.
how does that feel?
Oh, that's actually I was thinking about that on my drive over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels amazing, and I'm just very fortunate to have an opportunity to work with different local directors, and be able to kind of showcase my talents and work with very, very talented other filmmakers and actors. So it was a wonderful opportunity.
And with it being different genres, how hard was it to stretch your skills in there?
Right. So, gosh. So Who Knocks is a horror.
Right.
And that's my first horror film
Okay.
that I did. Before that, my last film was called Disappear, and it was an action adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was more on the dramatic side. I Love You and I Got You is about male depression, and I play the wife, and kind of supporting my husband in the film. And so that was a little bit more of a stretch. Director Gary Taylor wanted to specifically kind of direct me into a little bit more of that, where it's not just surface level. It was a very serious topic.
Mm-hmm.
And so
you wanted to go deeper.
Quite a bit deeper.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Liminal Space is more of the sci-fi, which I love.
Okay.
So
that's your jam.
Yeah, action adventure, sci-fi. But I also love the dramatic roles.
Okay.
So yeah. It's just different opportunities to, like you said, stretch.
Show that diversity as an actress.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
I love it.
So now, how long have you been acting?
So I started when I was 15.
And we won't say that how long, because she's a lady. She's a lady. Yes.
Yeah. So quite a few years, kind of in and out, and then I kind of ventured off into my travel show, Keep on Exploring with Veronica.
Okay.
Which is you'll find it on YouTube, and it aired on WYOU in Madison, Wisconsin.
Nice.
And so I love traveling quite a bit, and kind of showcasing where I've been and introducing different locations to people who are unable to travel, or or before they go, different locations, they want to check it out. So
kind of the concierge of the area beforehand or something.
Exactly.
Look at there. Well, I do appreciate you coming out here with us. Is there anything, a bit of advice you like one thing you could tell an actress or an actor who maybe is getting into the business, like a newbie? Like, what would one bit of advice you'd give them?
Right. So I would suggest you learn everything and anything that you can. When I was starting out, I was trying to find different people to do camera work and to do editing and to do just music and that kind of thing. And I, sometimes, especially for editing, it's very difficult to find editors, and it can be expensive to make a film. And so I took it upon myself to just learn everything behind the camera. And so I learned how to edit. I took classes online. And then, I took and it's continuing education for me.
So never stop learning.
I don't think it's a good idea to stop, and because there's different technologies now with
constantly changing.
Exactly.
So guys, look, this is what I tell each one person. That's not a golden nugget. That's another platinum nugget she just gave you. Another platinum nugget to keep learning.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming out here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to sit this over here and have you take a picture of our card before you leave. Just take a picture of that with your phone so that you'll have our information. And then if you could send the next person out here.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You.
Yeah, just leave it there and you take a picture of it with your phone so that you'll have that. And then you'll have our information. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. Look, make sure you look her up, guys. And you're looking for actresses. She has a lot of diversity there and the type of characters that she can play. Did you hear all of that? The types of roles. She's in several days of different blocks here. That's rare. That's rare because usually when we have actresses here, they are usually only one block. They're here for horror. They're here for comedy. They're here for drama. And that's it. It's rare that you're going to find an actress or actor, I should say, that's here for multiple blocks. Sorry, I'm dry. Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
Are you my next person?
Yes.
Come on, have a seat.
All right. That looks like a trip you guys.
So, what's your name?
Charles.
Hi, Charles. How are you?
Oh, I am exhausted.
You're exhausted.
Exhausted. I flew from Baltimore today.
Right, Charles. You're a writer, director, and producer. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm going to give you this. So when you have them in there, have them take a picture of that so they have the information. Yes, please. Thank you. Charles, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is a dynamic mic. I'm going to have it right there, right in front of you so it picks up your voice really well.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it does have a shadow on you right there. Yeah, that's just because we're outside here. My goodness, it's dark, guys. It's dark. He's right there with us, though. So, is this your first time with Misfit Film Festival?
Yes. But I previously had the pleasure of screening at the Fantasy Film Festival in Paris and the Lebanese Independent Film Festival.
Oh, wow. So you came international first and then came back to the States.
Yes.
That's a nice trip right there. I love it. So now how was your experience going that way? I love this that you came that way first.
You know, it's funny. When I started, submitting this short film to festivals and what have you, my mother actually told me, I think you're going to have better luck over in Europe first or overseas, just internationally. Little did I know where it would actually go. She was absolutely correct. Moms are always correct.
Yes, we are. Very good listening to her. But how was it? I mean, you said you had some success, but what was the experience like, though, as far as going through it? Was it just, I'm looking at your face, but we're also on radio in 150 countries, so
okay,
they got to hear you.
So to describe, I, at one time, I used to be in the military, and I worked overseas, and I got to visit Paris as a tourist, in a couple of times back in the early 2000s. Hadn't been to Paris since. So the feeling to actually get into a film festival in Paris.
Yes.
And not only that, but screening at Le Grand Rex. And you're looking at pictures of this ginormous movie palace, as it were. And you're like, Oh my God, no! I can't possibly be screening there.
Your film there.
Like, how is this even like possible? And it's funny because I had just come off of winning Best Animated Short at the Paris Independent Film Festival, but that was online, that was virtual. So to go from virtual to, guess what? We're screening your film in Paris, and it actually screened the week before my birthday, which
Blew your mind completely.
And of course I went.
There was no option.
No. All my coworkers are like, no, you're going to Paris. Yes.
If we have to give you the money and everything, you take our PTO. Right.
That's essentially, and even my manager was like, yeah, you're probably going to blow all your PTO, but hey, you're going to Paris.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, that really describes how that was.
And as I heard once, Paris is always a good idea.
And it was. No regrets. Not regrets,
one. As Edith Piaf would probably say.
So now, your film that you have here.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. So it is an animated short film. I originally created it as a book, and it's called Nursery Crimes. This one, the original book was called Mother Noose Nursery Crimes. And it's essentially dark retellings of classic English nursery rhymes.
Wow.
With Jack and Jill, Old Mother Goose, The Old Woman Who Lived in a Shoe, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it and I completely turn it upside down. And dastardly things happen. All sorts of, from cannibalism to infanticide to premature burial. Things that, yeah. So, but I decided, I originally created 20 rhymes, and I decided that I was going to start animating them. And after talking with some friends, I decided to actually take those 20 and divide it up into 3 parts.
Okay.
So this is part 1, the ominous overture. So there will be 2 other parts as well.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that there's more to come of it. What time does your film play in there?
Let me see. I heard that it actually plays after the matinee or the brief intermission. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Brain not working. Too much travel today.
That's all right. That's all right. So now, for someone who would be new to this, and especially you did animation, right? That adds a whole nother element to this.
Yeah.
I feel. What type of advice would you give them as far as they were new to the business? If they had the idea, I really like to get into the business. I have a script. I have an idea. I have some things journaled down. I'd like to do something with it. What would you tell them?
I would say, get your friends, get everyone you know, get out your cell phones, okay, and just make the film. That's exactly what I would say. Make it and start submitting to festivals, because that is the best way to get your stuff circulated. Even if you're just a scriptwriter, submit. There are plenty of film festivals out there that have, script contests, and just get your stuff seen. Just get it circulated. Get it done and get it submitted.
So now I'm going to ask you this, because I work in film. I'm hair, makeup, and special effects, and I hear this all the time.
Yes.
I need millions. I need millions to make a film.
Okay, so when I went to I graduated with a creative writing for entertainment BFA from Full Sail University.
Yes.
And one of my classes, and they were each a month long, because I was taking the online program. And the challenge that we had, the program director said, create a film in 30 days. Create a film. It was a script writing class. The challenge was to create a film. So I got my friends, a group of my friends, did some, got a friend who was a makeup artist, got a couple $100 of materials, and maybe a little bit more for catering, got them together on a Saturday and Sunday, and made a short werewolf film about the day in the life of a werewolf called Living with Lycanthropy. Got it done, got it complete on a couple $100, and actually got into festivals and won a student award. So it doesn't cost millions.
So you didn't have millions?
I had millions of ideas.
I'm just trying to be clear on this. So you didn't have millions?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was
you didn't have a red
cash straps.
You didn't have a red or anything like that?
Nothing like that.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, gosh, I think you know what? I don't even recall the type of camera that it was. Maybe it was a Canon. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, nothing fancy. Just
point being, don't let those things stop you.
Correct.
Okay.
If you have a vision, okay, you don't need, right. It's not like you're making, slick
Steven Spielberg
commercials or anything like that for Nike or, car company, like Lexus or anything like that. You don't need the fancy equipment. Just get enough to get the job done. And I actually got to shoot an live action short on cell phones for an AT&T competition on the lot at Warner Brothers Studios. So it is possible.
There it is. Well, thank you so much for coming and sitting down with me.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You have your cell phone on you?
Yes, I do.
Take a picture of that card before you leave.
Okay.
Or matter of fact, with Catherine, she has the one in there.
Okay.
And then let the next person know to please come out here.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the festival. I'll see you in there.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. You guys, those again were not golden nuggets or platinum nuggets that you just got for free. So all of that talk about needing millions, you don't need millions. Come on in and join me. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Just fine. What's your name?
John.
John. Let me find you on here.
Somewhere I need to be in here.
There you are. Writer, director, John.
Yes.
Come on a little bit closer in there to me. I wanted to change this light some so it's not putting a shadow possibly on you.
Okay. We look like we're hiding.
We are.
We are hiding.
Don't let them know.
All right.
Thank you for coming and sitting down and talking with us, John. I appreciate that. How's your night going?
Really good. I just got here a little while ago. Grabbed a bite, talked to some people, saw some friends.
Yes.
Got directed around here, and here I am.
So now, are you local? Okay.
I live in Peoria.
Okay. So do I.
I live in Peoria.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Might see you at Fry's over there. All possible. So now, what film do you have here tonight?
I have two. So I have one tonight and one tomorrow night.
Okay, I like that.
So tonight is called Beverly Ever After.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the horror sci-fi tonight,
Yes.
and then
Mhm. tomorrow
tomorrow night's drama and comedy. And tomorrow night I have a comedy called Hanging Buddy.
Well, that sounds like horror, but I but I'm going to trust you,
They
John.
have them in the right. They're in the right category.
Okay, I'm going to trust you, John.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, how long have you been working in the industry?
Well, I mean, working in the industry is kind of a vague,
It is. That's a loose little question
Guys,
there.
have
but
I ever been paid? Yeah.
How long have you been in
I
the
started
industry?
watching movies when I was like 5. So
How long have you been in the industry, John? We'll say it that
Well,
way.
I've been writing for decades.
Okay.
I went to film school and I dropped out of that and
Mhm.
came out west. And then
Where are you originally from?
Ohio.
Okay, Midwest also.
Yeah,
Yes.
Midwest.
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's right next door.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
at least it's not Michigan.
No, it's not.
It's not Michigan.
It's not. It's Indiana. It's
We can
Indiana.
keep going now.
I'm
so
so glad.
Tomorrow the big game, High State,
Yeah.
Michigan.
I don't know
You
anything about that. No.
It's pretty big rivalry.
Okay. No.
It's a big deal. So
it's
we
Indiana
can
anyway.
Keep going. That's the important
Thank
thing.
you. Jiminy Christmas. I almost lost the whole thing here.
So but no, I'm originally from Ohio. I came out west. I've been writing for years. I made a film 10 years ago.
Okay.
But there was no film freeway.
Right.
There was none of that. So I didn't really get it out that much.
Yeah.
And it was it cost quite a bit. And so we did a short film. It turned out really good. It's actually, I've actually dusted it off and started submitting it.
I was going to say, you can revive it now, right?
It's been getting screenings. It's going to be screening in LA and Culver City.
Okay. Tell them the name of it there.
It's called The Midlife Crisis Guide to Strippers. It's an educational film. What you can expect when you're middle-aged and lose everything and you start dating, a 20-year-old crackhead stripper. So it's an educational thing. I'm giving back to the community.
So I really like John. Seems like my people for real.
So that was 10 years ago. So and
it's still relevant.
It's getting into festivals. It's screened a couple of times. It's won. It's placed and
that's a subject that will never freaking die.
Yeah, it hasn't aged at all.
It will not. It will always be current.
Yeah, it has not aged at all. So I started submitting that through Film Freeway, and it's doing pretty good. And then these two films have been doing awesome. So they've been doing very, very well. So Hanging Buddies won over 30 awards.
Really?
Yeah, it's been it was in India, it was in Europe. Canada.
So now have you put it in the Lebanon, in the Paris, in the France film festival with
that's associated
with
Misfit? No, I don't know if I have or not.
What you doing, John?
It's pretty busy. I keep pretty. I mean, I now that I know about it, I will.
You're welcome.
So I will. But
okay. There you go.
But yeah, it's and then the other one, Beverly, is doing very well too.
Okay.
Doing very well.
So you have high hopes for tonight then?
Yeah, it's going to be it'll be fun tonight and tomorrow night. The one screen tonight, one tomorrow night. So yeah.
So guys, what I heard is John's the big wig that came in. Like when John came in, people got nervous.
Really? Where are they at? I want to know who I can.
Look, they're in the bushes and stuff. Look at the paparazzi that came and showed up when you. These people were not over here shooting
they were here
till John came. There are people down in bushes shooting pictures on it.
Well,
John came, and now they're all everywhere.
I did make my entourage wait in the car.
I mean, I'm like, I look to the right, and there's like somebody down in the. I'm like, John's here now.
We worked together in a way. I wrote something. And
I know Elena and Jim. Yes, they have separately been over here, but Jim has not been down there in the bushes before.
Yeah.
All we got is you, girl.
But he's been here. He has not been in those bushes till John came. That's all I'm saying. I've had 62 and a half people over here. John comes and they're down in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? That's all. John's here now.
Let me know when I can start throwing my weight around. I haven't been. I got the badge. I don't lead the way. Let me know. Okay. I have volunteers so I can throw my weight around that.
So let me ask you this: with you having as much experience as you do, in all seriousness, do you go and mentor or assist the younger ones in any way, or do you just say, find out for yourself?
I haven't really.
They are still flashing.
Still flashing. Yeah. Yeah. I made a film 10 years ago, and it kind of, I didn't really get it out that much. There wasn't ways of getting it out, and it cost a lot of money. So I thought, well, I'll just keep writing. So I just continued to write. And then, when COVID happened,
yes,
I stayed home for like 2 years, and I found out I blew a lot of money on everything.
Staying home?
So not. I realized staying at home, and I'm like, hey, what's all this money doing here? And it's like, oh, you usually throw it away on something.
Oh, okay.
So, I managed to get caught up financially anyway, to the point where it's like, and then somebody at a film festival, a festival director up north said, you need to make a film. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I'm like, okay, so let's make a film. So I started talking to different people, and I know a lot of people who are involved in the film community here.
Obviously,
that it is.
Yes.
And it's gone through a lot of changes in the last 10 years. So,
yes.
But and just talking to them and meeting different people and connecting. and and I have like an incredibly talented director of photography who also edits, who also does sound, who also does music.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's just amazing. I mean, he did the 2 films that are going to be screening here, so you'll see, get a chance to see what he can do. And wow, the first film that I saw that we did was at the Chinese theaters in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah, I submitted to a festival over there, and they screened in the Chinese theaters. There's like 6
That's
theaters.
Major.
Yeah, and just seeing it on the big screen, I'm like, oh my gosh, it just watching it on a laptop or watching it on your phone.
Absolutely. There's something about that.
It just blew me away. And also, the technology. There's the DCP. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
You got to get a DCP of your film that's compatible with projection systems and things like that. So, having a film and seeing it, in that with the sound and the picture and everything, and what we did it looked amazing. It really did. I was really blown away.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you feel that 10 years later in making the film that technology has made it less expensive for you to make a film now?
Yes,
you do.
I do. Yeah, it's the technology has gotten to the point to where you can do Hollywood quality, studio quality stuff if you know and work with the people who know how to do that.
Okay.
If they know, because yeah, absolutely. I'm not a tech person. I'm not, what kind of lens are we using? I don't know. Hey, Justin, what lens are, I mean, I don't know. But
do you think because you've had the solid experience from the past that helps you have the solid vision to know?
You know what? I thought I always had vision. If you write and create and you make things up, you always think you have that. But now, whether it was as good then as now, I couldn't tell you. But I mean, I'm getting out more, and by making films, you can connect with more people.
Okay.
And people can see what you do and say, oh.
The right people connect.
Yeah, and but you got to have a really strong team. But I mean, the thing is that, and I always say this all the time, but with local film here in Phoenix, is that the way that over 10 years of watching local filmmakers here, like, okay, well, let's make a film. Great. Well, obviously, I came up with the idea, so I will direct it. And let's see, you know how to do the camera, so you can do that. And these are my friends, so we'll get them to act. And they get everything together, and the last thing they say is, okay, what's it going to be about? Do we have a script? Well, I'll throw something together. And the script is always the afterthought. It's always the last thing.
Really?
It's not that's my experience in watching local independent film around here, which I'm not an authority on. I wasn't there for everything, but my, just hanging out with friends and networking and things like that, I saw a lot of that.
Okay.
And so the script was never
the forefront.
Was never the center, was never the focus, was never like, yeah, we got to do this. It was like, okay. And I mean, I judged one time I was asked by a festival to be a judge for screenplays, and they were all horrible. I hate saying that, but I read, and since I had, a lot of time, I read over a dozen, and they were all just horrible. So I think, if anything, technology is to the point to where anybody can make a really good, great looking film, but they need to have the story to tell. They have to have something that's going to resonate, that's going to be great, that's going to grab an audience, it's going to make them laugh or cry or be excited or something.
So you think that's where they're kind of weak in the area now?
Yeah, I think it's all. And I mean, I'm not bagging on local filmmakers. I say that about Hollywood.
Right. I agree.
I mean, Quentin Tarantino just ripped on comic book movies, and Martin Scorsese got in trouble got flack for saying the movies are not movies anymore. I mean, so I mean, it's a problem
across the board,
everywhere, at every level. You see what's getting greenlit and what's getting made, and everyone forgets it. Everyone forgets it
as soon as doesn't resonate.
Like, oh wow, pretty colors, a lot of action. Whoa, that looked great. Okay, and then a week later, it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah,
because I don't remember last week.
Facts, very true.
But you know what? I mean, but I'll go home and put Chinatown in the DVD player and watch it again.
Right
or Sunset Boulevard. or Jaws, or
there are no more classics like that resonate with you forever.
Still,
yeah,
they're gonna be gone 50 years from now. People will be watching those.
Right. I definitely agree with you. And there are ones in the past that are just like that, and that you will watch over and over
they have
and
solid
over.
stories.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're telling a story that connects and grabs an audience and never lets go.
So true.
And that's where I think the emphasis is. I just think anyone can make a great looking film.
And I know we're going long, and we'll cut this. No, it's okay, because
I can get the paparazzi back. Oh,
they're coming.
See,
well,
she says we're going too long. Take some more pictures.
And I'll say this in close. I think that because of technology and everybody's popcorn thinking, that's why. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody wants to take that long to think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, look, I appreciate you coming and sitting with us. And we were getting all deep and everything. We'll have to have our own conversation later about everything.
Oh, is your light going out?
Yeah, it's definitely dark on us now. That's okay. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation. Okay. And I look forward to watching your film in there. Good luck on everything, and much success in the future with everything. And did you get a picture of the card?
Yes, I did. I got a picture of the card.
Excellent.
And I liked on Facebook. And
Thank you so much.
That way, so.
Thank you so much. And you are also on the radio live right now. And so you're on 150 countries. And look at your face there. And several other platforms. So thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
So if there's anyone else in there, please do send them out. All right, guys. That was. Yes.
Because it's hard. We don't have pictures of the artists. And the only way we had John is because he noticed me.
Whoever's, if there's someone next, okay, we'll do that one. I have to have the next person.
But we don't have a picture.
I have to have the next person though. I got to get them in the chair.
All right, just sit there right here.
Hi. Nice to meet you too. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, come on and have a seat for me, please. How are you today? Find you down here.
We are all.
There we go. Let's see. You are oh, look at you, like that, huh? You're a writer, director, and producer. Escalation. Is that your movie that you?
That's my short film playing tonight.
All right. So thank you for coming and sitting down with us. I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now, is this your first time? I know it's getting dim. If you can plug it in for me, plug it into the thing, it'll brighten. Yeah. Hand her that bag, the green, that bag right there. Hand it to me, please.
Is that what this one here is?
Nope. Sorry, I didn't mean to put it in your face there.
I can use my phone light.
If she finds the cord right there, she can plug that in for us.
A phone light for me like this.
So,
oh, it looks scary now.
So, is this your first time with Misfit Film Festival?
Yeah, I knew Dinita from the Phoenix Film Festival. She was also a programmer at the Phoenix Film Festival. So we met in March, and then she invited me to another Misfit. So yes, it's my first time here, but I knew her from before.
Okay.
So I'm happy that she invited me here.
Are you a Phoenix native?
No, I'm from Italy. If you can tell from my sexy accent. Yes, I'm way far away from home.
Yes. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much. So now tell us a little bit about your film.
So Escalation, I can summarize it as a mix of, I don't know, it has a lot of like influences. It's like, people call it like Evil Dead 2 on steroids. It's very reminiscent of like Sam Raimi. The camera were very dynamic, and my interpretation, I'm also the lead actor, like very Bruce Campbell inspired.
Okay.
But it's something very different from those movies at the same time.
Of course.
It's just like one guy in his house, slowly losing his mind, and he's sort of a piece of shit. Can I curse?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a piece of shit, so it's like very egocentric, toxic, and his guilty conscience end up having him eat himself, so to speak.
Really?
So it's like a crazy movie.
So
once
now,
you see it, you think I'm fucking crazy.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's very welcome here. That's very welcome. Yeah. All right. So now, is this your first film?
Yeah, horror-wise, yes. I used to work in Asia for like 12 years doing martial arts and action movies.
Okay.
So I was like an action director, fight choreographer, and action actor. But the first time that I stepped behind the camera, produce, write, and direct the whole thing. So it's my directorial debut. But it's not my first movie.
So now, what made you switch to something so horrific?
New light is coming. Oh, let's see. Oh.
There we go.
Oh wow! Now look beautiful. Now look handsome. Let me take a second to look at myself. Oh yeah, yes. I'm kissing myself. I'm sorry. I'm from Italy. We're like, you know. Like,
I do understand. I do
shit.
understand.
So yeah, I just got bored making action and martial arts. I was tired of being the guy that is like only considered good to throw kicks, so to speak. Like all the martial actors, they do this. Like, oh, I don't want to just be known as a guy that kicks. So, and then I was working in Asia. I kind of like wanted to explore different things. I wanted more freedom to create my movies, my art, not too much like censorship and story-wise. And so I decided to leave and move back to the West, go back home. I shot Escalation there in Shanghai before leaving the country. I shot it there with the friends and the help that I could get. And then I'm starting brand new now here in the US and Europe. So I was like, let's go.
So is this more view Escalation? Is this,
it's a lot of me. Those other movies that I was doing there, I always argue with people on set. I literally shouted at the director, like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're doing. So they all love me, but they hate me at the same time because this guy is crazy. And then I'm like, no, I have to do my own stuff. I have to write, direct, DOP. I have to do my own stuff because I'm so a perfectionist. I think a little bit like maybe in the extreme sense of the word, but also like it makes sense to be a perfectionist when you're a filmmaker. You want to, create the best that you can.
Absolutely.
So I needed to have full freedom. It was hard. It wasn't easy to, make a movie by yourself with little money and stuff. I made it happen. So hopefully it's gonna lead me to like bigger things.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it. I'm crazy son of a bitch, as I said. So.
But someone has to be.
Well, yes. We have to be. Especially genre filmmakers, we need to be.
Absolutely.
We're the crazy ones. That's why people think like we're the crazy ones, but the nice ones. The guys that shoot comedies, they are the serious ones, the creepy ones. We are crazy but funny. And like always chill. You don't need to be scared of us.
Unless you like that.
Yes. I'm scared. No, I'm joking. I'm a nice guy, good guy. Hopefully, I don't know. I like to talk shit. I'm just messing with you guys. Whoever is watching, never mind. After you see Escalation, though, whoever sees Escalation say, this guy's crazy. This guy, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. But no, I'm a nice guy.
You're gonna be like, Moni, you were in such
My
danger.
girlfriend, she's looking at me right now. I can't say too much, but she can confirm I'm a nice guy.
Yes, she is. She's right there.
Yeah,
she's smiling. She's fine.
She's confirming that.
She's not blinking. She's not blinking for help. Yes. Blink twice. She's fine.
She's fine. She survived.
She's fine. So, now what can you tell me has been the highlight of making that film?
The highlight of making that film, I think, from the way the film was born, it was very hard to shoot it also in a country where horror is censored, so to speak. It's not allowed to be portrayed on screen. So my crew wasn't really familiar with, Evil Dead, like Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street. They don't know. They're not really familiar with those movies. So it was a challenge to get that done there. So much that most of the people on set, even the person that was supposed to do the makeup effect on set helping me, basically she refused to help me one day. She said, no, you're crazy. You don't have enough money. You don't have time. You don't have the props. This is not how you make movies. And she just literally left the set. And I was standing there and I was getting into the core of the short, which is like the practical effect, the gore, like, holy hell. I mean, if Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson did that stuff in the 80s, there's no reason why I cannot do it now. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to do it myself. And so I told the guys, don't worry, we can make it happen. And actually, I created all the scene, and the scene where she refused to help now is the scene that when the movie plays gets the biggest reaction from the audience.
You did it yourself?
Yes, when the thing happens, the audience go like, ooh, and they all love this scene.
So because that's what I do. I do special effects.
Oh, yes.
What scene is it?
So it's like, is a finger that breaks?
Okay, don't tell them. I'm going to see.
It's really, people go like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
So the highlight was, and that's why I try to be very motivational towards other filmmakers. Always, never mind what people tell you. Don't worry. If you believe in your vision, if you believe in what you're creating, even if you're left alone on the set, I don't know, take your phone and keep shooting. Just make that happen. So that was the highlight. Me saying, not even get angry at people. Like, you want to leave? You're allowed to have your opinion. Just leave. I'm going to get shit done anyway. And that happened.
And you guys, we've been hearing that as a theme. Like, you have to be committed. You have to be committed. Like, this is your baby.
Yes, exactly. And one thing that, like, I had many friends, filmmakers during the years, obviously, when I was in Italy, when I was in Asia. And the thing, like, everybody says, oh, yeah, I want to be a filmmaker. You know, I love art. I want to create. But when you actually create stuff, it's not easy peasy.
No.
It takes effort. It takes, you know, you be tired, you be stressed, you be depressed. And many people, they're like, you know, maybe I'm just going to chill my family at home or just with my girlfriend, my boyfriend. And they choose to just step back.
Yes.
So there's no commitment. If you want to become successful at any form of art, you need to work your ass off. Commitment. I agree with you 100%. Yes. So many people, they say, oh no, it was too hard, it's life, it sucked, I didn't make it. No, because you were not committed. That's why you didn't make it happen.
Well, I think people think that people are automatically, because you love it, that everyone's going to love it, and that's just not so.
Oh no,
it's actually the opposite.
Yeah, you love your art and you believe in your art. Yes. Just make it happen. Never worry about, you know, oh, it's too tiring, or maybe people that hate it. Never mind, just do you. You know, so if you half-ass it, it's not gonna happen. So you need to believe in yourself and never mind what other people say. Just go for it.
No, not at all. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. You don't need everyone to like it. You just need the right one to like it. And eventually they will. Yes. Eventually you'll find that right one.
Yes.
Just keep going. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Great advice.
That was free for right now.
Yes.
For right now. Right now. So what are your expectations moving forward for yourself in film?
I mean, obviously, I want to step into the feature film realm. You know, I love the short film way of creating a story, because it's fun to tell a story in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Is another challenge. When you have 2 hours of movie, you can always, like, you know, fantasize more, create more. Short film forces you to create something that has to be short, not to lose the attention span of the audience, but still be very, like, you know, on point and captivate the attention of the audience itself. So it's very interesting as a medium to tell a story. But I obviously want to step into the feature film realm. So Escalation was born as a feature film at the beginning. I just couldn't make it happen. So I took a scene from the script, extended it to be his own short film, and made Escalation the short. Now I want to make it into a feature film. And, you know, when you have this crazy imagination, you just want to build bigger and bigger things. So I'm making Escalation into feature, and I'm working on another project, like a horror sci-fi with alien abduction. So I just like to create and go wild with my imagination. I believe if you work hard and you know how to promote yourself and to interact and network with other filmmakers and producer, whatever, it's gonna happen. You know, never rush it. Just take your time. Just be committed and keep going. Never.
Very positive attitude. Very positive outlook.
Positivity always.
I love it. I want to thank you for sitting down with us tonight.
Oh no, I want to thank you guys for having me and giving me the chance to, like, say all these things and motivate other filmmakers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you're pumping out to the radio, over 150 countries right now. Also, all the other social media platforms, they're out here listening to you. So they want to thank you also. Is there anything that you want to say in closing before we have you leave us?
Always believe in yourself and chase your dreams. Don't say even chase your dreams, like make your dreams become a reality.
Yes.
Because if you chase, you always keep chasing. Make them become a reality. Remember those words. Remember this crazy motherfucker from Italy. Hopefully you'll hear from me again, and you will see my name popping up more and more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good night. Enjoy the festival.
Oh, thank you.
I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
If there's anyone else inside, please have them come out. Thank you. Guys, there you go. Again, we have people that are coming from all over the world here for this film festival. Like I told you earlier, when I'm saying to come out to these things, you all, and then later you're like, Moni, tell me when this is going to happen. Where is this going to be? Where was this, Moni? And you all then want to know, when I tell you to come to things, you need to come, because there's always something great going on there. There's always a ton of information being given out and so much networking and everything going on and opportunities. That's it. All right. Look, guys, I believe that was the last one. Come on, sit down. So I think that we're done. And I had an amazing time talking to these people. This was just phenomenal. Look.
Hi.
You guys know who this is? You're on the mic. Tell them who you are.
It's the handler. That's how everybody knows me. I'm Catherine. I am also Lighthouse Styling and Beauty. That's
Yes, she
actually my favorite role. So, no offense.
Yeah, slight offense. I was like, oh, this ain't her favorite damn role. But anyway, yes, that's who she is. The one
You
of
have,
the
you
going.
have to have passion in your business in order to run it. So that's why it's
We
my favorite role.
we cannot deny that because that's what we've been hearing all night, right? So you can't be mad at that, and that's where her passion is, and that's where her flair is, right? Because even when we were putting this cover here on, I say cover, I'm sure it has an actual professional name. This fabric on the table here, I just stepped back and let her. She's like, "Is this?" I'm like, "Let me just step back," because that's what she does. No need to asking me about it. Look, guys, again, this film festival is going on for the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. You still can get tickets now. You've already seen what they have to offer, like international, right?
That was so cool.
Were you expecting that?
I was not expecting that right out of the gate. I was not expecting that right out of the
Italy,
gate. That was
France,
fun.
everything, New York, just all over Baltimore. Yeah,
yeah.
from all over, just not like Phoenix.
Right.
Nope.
No, not at
Nope.
all. No.
Nope. And even I can't remember his name now, but the gentleman that was from Baltimore, like he started his submissions with, or he started his frequency with the film festival first in Lebanon, with the, because you know this film festival was in Lebanon, and then the one in Paris.
Right.
And I'm like, that's cool. Like that's so interesting that you started, you know, internationally with them, and then now you're in the one in the United States.
Yeah, it kind of makes a little bit of sense though, because the U.S. market is so hard sometimes to get into. There's so much politics you
Yeah.
need to get over sometimes, and so it does make sense that people would go international first.
And with the film that he had, it definitely made sense also. So, but it was just good to hear that, and the fact that this film festival has that option.
Right. And how encouraging to future filmmakers and those that are trying to get a start in the industry,
Right.
that they can hear that, okay, that even small filmmakers can go international, that's an option out there.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
And it's an option being provided by someone local. And a Black female.
Well, the other thing that got me was how many people, as I was backstage helping to put in all the notes as far as what their roles were on the film, how many of them came up and said, well, I'm writer, I'm producer, I'm actor, I'm all of the above, like all the roles.
Yeah.
And we've seen that throughout, you know, as we've been on set. We've
Right.
seen that a lot of people have multiple roles, and that's how they keep costs down.
Yes.
So
And
when you
especially
think
since COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially since COVID. And so that was kind of cool to get to put all of that down on paper and see that it was like person after person after person
Yes.
after person.
There wasn't, I don't
did
think
that.
there was one person back there that was just one thing.
Right.
Outside of maybe the actress. Outside of that, no, there wasn't
Absolutely.
one that was just one.
I think our actress was the only one.
But then she was, to give her credit,
Mhm.
she was in multiple days in multiple films.
Right. Yeah, she's done
Which-
several films.
Yeah, they're in the film festival. I'm like in several genres, and I'm like, whoa, which I hadn't seen in the film festivals before. I'm like, damn. So like the people that are here are doing some things.
Right.
Like this
They're
is
movers and shakers.
absolutely.
In the industry.
So, and I've been to plenty of film festivals, but I'm telling you, this one is always something. Have you seen the awards?
I haven't seen the awards yet. I saw your pictures that you had posted.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the awards. That I'm not necessarily a horror film person. So the blood and gore stuff is not always my thing, but I'm actually
the
kind of
popcorn
curious.
smells good.
I'm kind of curious just to see, you know, what. Oh, it does. That just hit me.
It does. Look, we're going to be wrapping up soon here because I got to go get some eats and some drinks and all that stuff because Danita always got it set out real good. And I want to see some of the films also.
Absolutely.
And this has been absolutely amazing. But I just wanted to tell you guys some more about the information and make sure that you know that you still have an opportunity to come and participate in this film festival because I'm telling you.
This is just the start.
And you guys are always in my inbox afterwards and tagging me, where's this, Moni? When I've tried to tell you to come and participate. And if you are in the film industry, you want to be in the film industry in any type of capacity, just about every single person has told you, you need to be going to film festivals. You need to be at film festivals. Now, what I learned today, that as much film as I do, and as many film festivals I go to, I didn't know that they had a script writer's portion. I didn't know that.
You didn't?
Did you see her look at me and say, "You didn't"? Did you see that? Did you hear that? I didn't know that.
I was kind of the reverse. I expected more of the film writers side of it.
Really?
Than the actual completed videos. I expected there to be 1 or 2 completed videos, but not the volume that there is.
Really?
So, and this now taking into consideration the fact that this is the first one I've ever been to.
Oh.
So this is,
it's a film festival.
Newbie at the film festival.
This is your first film festival?
This is the first one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we got to get out of here and let you experience some of this. You can close your eyes. You don't have to look at the blood. And some of them don't have blood in them. I will tell you that because I was shocked. I was shocked because I'm like,
we were talking about backstage the fact that because one of the girls said that she can't watch her own movies.
Yeah.
Like she and I guess she used to do her one of her first jobs was in a like a horror house or a
she said horror house.
Horror.
She said horror. She said horror house.
In a fright scenario, and so she's afraid of them. And that because her imagination is so vivid. And I have always been very much the same way. I that's why I don't go watch horror movies, because my imagination is so vivid. It's very difficult for me.
Yeah.
So
it was funny.
So
the gentleman
you may have to help me if we're watching a
you just close your eyes. It's not real.
It's okay.
It's not real.
It's not
real. The gentleman that certified me in special effects, he is afraid of all that stuff. When he said that, I was like, what? He's like, I can't watch horror. I was like, what?
It's one thing to create it. It's a totally different thing to watch it.
Well, but here's the thing that we know 110% it's not real. Now, there are a few horror movies that like with what is it? Nightmare on Elm Street. That one, because it's in your dreams, like that one is so possible. That's kind of possible. Okay. That's sort of kind of, it could possibly, maybe.
Well, and that's the type of movie that was being that was hitting the theater when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Not to age myself or anything there, but
I don't like fun houses.
Yeah.
I don't like spooky houses. I don't like any of that.
I don't go do those. Yeah.
So, but
because they would, like she said, they'd have to turn on the light and come get me. Because
I would go through, like, back aging myself. You used to ride through them. You didn't walk through. You used to, remember you used to just ride through them. They were a ride. You didn't walk through them back in the day. And I'd go through with my hands over my eyes the entire time, because in my mind there was a real crazy person in there that was going to kill me. And I'm like, why do my family keep putting me on this ride? They hate me.
Experience with all of that, and it wasn't even it wasn't supposed to be scary. But back when I was really little, we went to Knott's Berry Farm, and they had this really old guy that was supposed to know everyone. And so they had
already
the
creepy
kids walk by this little, it was almost like a jail cell, like an old wooden jail cell. And he looked like, and he probably was, like a little, the old caricatures, the robotic caricatures. And so I didn't think he was alive. And so all of a sudden he starts talking to us from inside. I turned and ran. I mean, and this was at Knott's Berry Farm, so that tells you how brave I am.
Oh my gosh!
Those kinds of movies. So this could
he
be
knew
an
what
adventure.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Well, guys, yeah, we have issues. We've been burned before, so. Again, you guys make your way out here. If you look up in the description, the link is there for tickets. Check it out. If you look on any of the link is there also for you can go and you can see which night is which type of blocks or movies are showing. Sunday, they also have workshops with presenters.
Nice.
Yeah, they have different things, makeup in film, and I can't tell you the other topics. I only know that one because Toy's presenting that.
That could be great though. If
Yeah.
you're a young budding
actress or actor or whatever it is, yeah,
trying to get into that field.
And especially if you're a director and a writer and that you're doing it yourself, like some of the directors said, like, oh, I'm gonna get my friend and we're gonna try and make this happen ourselves, and go watch that and find out some information from a professional to try and help you out and get that, you know, better look for yourself. That would be an excellent thing for you to watch. There's a little exactly and say, there's a good one for you. All right, guys, we hope that you enjoyed everything tonight, and make sure to share this, make sure to tell a friend, and watch the replay and all those good things, and go and follow and subscribe. And thank you for joining us in WUBI UBP Radio. Thank you, all of our listeners there, and we have had a good night, and we are out of here. Thank you again. Peace. We're going to leave you like we found you, listening to Mr. Anthony Frazier, Vibrations.
For the listener's discretion.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. Until I feel the vibration.